NYU. Right, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Well, let's start with this. States are required to draw new legislative maps after the census. It takes place every 10 years. For viewers who haven't been following this redistricting drama very closely, how unusual is it for states to redraw congressional maps in the middle of the decade?
It's extremely rare for states to attempt mid-decade redistricting. Since 2000, we've had only 2 of these that have actually been accomplished. And typically, they're accomplished or they're used if a state court has drawn the maps initially after the census, and then the legislature is finally in a position to be able to draw maps after new elections. But this is the most aggressive mid-decade redistricting, certainly in my memory.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the punishment. We heard there in the start of Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filing a lawsuit to actually remove the lawmakers. We've heard about their suspended direct deposits, $500 per day fines, civil arrest warrants, there's bribery investigations. Have you seen anything like this before?
This is just, hardball politics upon hardball politics. The Democrats are trying to block this by leaving the state, making it impossible for the legislature to act because it won't have a quorum. Then various actors in Texas are up in the ante in the ways you described. We have had these kind of legislative walkouts in the past. I think last time Texas Democrats walked out over other issues, it was about a 5-week walkout. I think these walkouts mainly are designed to raise the visibility of the issue, make it clear to voters what's at stake. But at the end of the day, usually the walkouts don't ultimately succeed in blocking legislative action. They may delay it significantly, but they ultimately tend not to succeed.
Right, as we saw the last time around with them actually reaching a quorum. Republicans are targeting Democratic-held U.S. House seats beyond Texas in states like Ohio, Indiana, South Carolina, Missouri, Nebraska, and Florida. Now, if these maps are redrawn as Republicans hope, how many seats could realistically flip in the House, and what does this all mean for control of Congress?
Yeah, so actually, let me put this in a larger context first also, because we have been living through a really exceptional era in American politics. Since 2000, the country has basically been divided 50-50. We've never been in a position in which, as is the case since 2000, either the House or the Senate or the presidency changes hands in every election we've had, except for 2 elections since 2000. So, that's what's driving this. The House is on an incredibly fine margin. Control is at stake. And so you actually have the White House coming in, pressuring the Texas legislature to squeeze out more seats for Republicans. It looks like Republicans could roughly maybe squeeze out an additional 12 seats or so. That's a rough estimate. But that doesn't mean every one of these states controlled by Republicans would actually go ahead and go forward in doing this. But that seems to be kind of the maximum number we're talking about. And then the Democrats will certainly try to retaliate to the extent they can and squeeze out more Democratic seats in states where they have unified control. It's a little bit more difficult in some of these Democratic states because some of them have adopted constitutional constraints on the districting process, whether through a commission or through provisions that prevent partisan gerrymandering. So Democrats in California and New York, where the most Democratic seats could be squeezed out in a new redistricting, are trying to figure out, is there a legal path to doing this? What does that path look like? Can it be done in time for the 2026 elections? So, once the door is open to this, it becomes a real kind of race to the bottom. And this is obviously not good for voters who are scrambled around between districts. And it creates a lot of
Yeah, I think we lost you there, Rick. Thank you very much, though. As you mentioned, a race to the bottom and certainly not good for our democracy. That was Rick Pildes. Thank you for your time.